Welcome back, everyone. I hope you had a wonderful holiday season and are ready to start off the new year with a good story. We have a treat for you today, but be sure to stick around to the end because our storyteller is going to need your help with this one. From the producer. When I heard that whistling, my blood ran cold. Even now, years later, I can still hear it echoing through these woods. This is a true story from a park ranger. My name is not disclosed. I am a park ranger in Great Smoky Mountains National Park. I've worked there for over 20 years, and in that time I've heard many strange and unexplainable things. One of the most frightening was the sound of whistling. It all started one evening in late October 2003. I was doing my normal patrol in the backcountry of the park. I was alone, and it was getting late. I was just finishing up and getting ready to head back to the car when I heard it. At first I thought it was just the wind or maybe some birds, but then I realized it was something else entirely. It was the sound of a person whistling, a very strange tune. I stood there listening, but it didn't stop. It seemed to be coming from all around me, from the trees, from the underbrush. I couldn't pinpoint the source. I tried to call out and make my presence known, but the whistling continued unabated. Finally, I broke and ran, stumbling and crashing through the underbrush until I got back to the road in my car. When I told the other rangers about it, they didn't believe me. They said it must have been the wind or some kind of bird. But I knew what I had heard, and over the next few weeks it happened again and again. I heard the whistling everywhere I went in the park, even during the day when there was no wind and the trees were silent. It was always the same eerie, haunting tune. It was driving me crazy. I couldn't focus on my work. I couldn't sleep at night. The whistling had become an obsession. Then one day, I decided enough was enough. I was going to find the source of that whistling once and for all. The park is in the Appalachian Mountains. The mountains are ancient, some say the oldest in the world, and the area has a rich folklore. The Cherokee people have lived here for centuries, and they tell stories of the spirits that live in the mountains. Some are good spirits, they say, and some are evil. The good spirits bring good fortune and happiness. The evil spirits bring bad weather and misfortune. There are also stories of the whistling spirits. They say that sometimes at night you can hear the whistling of spirits in the wind. And when you hear that whistling, you should run and hide because the spirits are coming for you. Of course, I didn't believe any of this. I'm a scientist, a rational thinker. There's no such thing as spirits, I thought. But the more I heard the whistling, the more I began to doubt myself. One night I was patrolling near the place where I had first heard the whistling when it happened again. I stopped and listened. I could hear the whistling all around me, and it seemed to be coming from the trees in front of me. I took a deep breath and stepped forward. As I walked, the whistling grew louder and more intense, and then I saw it. In front of me was a narrow opening between two large boulders, and from the opening I could hear the whistling. It was coming from inside the boulder. I don't know what compelled me to do it, but I reached out and pushed the rock aside, and then I gasped. Behind the boulder, hidden in the underbrush, was a small hole, and from the hole, I could hear the whistling. It was coming from inside the mountain. I don't want to know what was behind that boulder, the ranger says. I didn't have the heart to look. I've never told anyone what I found there. I'm afraid they won't believe me. They'll think I'm crazy. But I know what I heard, and I know that some things are better left alone. Now, we're going to go ahead and take a quick break from this story to do our thank you so much. And let's get back to it. Have you ever heard the whistling in the woods? Have you ever heard the whistling in the woods? If you have, leave a comment below and tell us about it. Maybe we'll feature your story in an upcoming episode. And if you haven't, well, be sure to subscribe because who knows, maybe one day we'll hear the whistling in the woods together.